Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing another battle. Yay! I haven't done one in a while. I love them. I love comparing products, similar products between brands. So today we're doing a comparison between the Farsali Jellybeam Highlighter and the DB Cosmetics Liquid Gold Jelly Highlighter. I love highlighter. This is right up my alley. So now to get started, we're going to do the breakdown of each product. So I'm going to start with the Farsali one. Farsali was the original ones that came out with the jelly-like highlighters. So this is it here. So it feels luxurious. It feels weighted in your hand, like it feels heavy. It's in a glass little container, and you open it up, and here is, it doesn't have any safety cap on it or anything like that, but here is the highlight in it. Okay, so you can see, you wobble it and it wobbles like jelly. It looks luxurious. It feels luxurious. Now, I didn't want to particularly buy it because it's expensive. So, I've got some notes here. So, their website says, Jellybeam's innovative texture applies like a gel but sets like a powder, leaving behind the elusive wet satin glow without the slip and slide typically associated with liquid and cream highlighters. This formula's concentrated buildable pigmentation takes you from naturally lit from within glow to a show-stopping beaming glaze and every level of luminance in between. How to use. They actually give you 7 uses for it. It says you can use it as a traditional highlighter, obviously. Your high points of your face, blend out with your finger, using a patting motion or a brush. Customized luminous foundation, so you can mix it into your foundation. Natural full face glow. It says to mix it with their rose gold elixir, which is an oil, I'm pretty sure. And it says to put it all over the whole face, which you do before you put your foundation on. It says candlelit eyes, apply to the full lid using fingertips or to the center of a lid on its own or over eyeshadow. Okay. Lip topper. Ooh, a lip topper, hey? Slightly tap finger into Jellybeam and swipe onto center of lips on top of lip color. Full body glow. Oof, don't know if I'd do that. That's a bit expensive to do that with it. You get 15 mils in this container, or 0.5 fluid ounces. This costs US dollars, 40 US dollars. In Australia, it roughly works out to be 55 Australian dollars plus shipping, which is crazy for a highlight, especially when you're cheap, like me. I paid in total $74.91, including shipping Australian dollars. So nearly $75 for a highlight. It better be freaking amazing. That's all I have to say. They say they are cruelty free on their website. They are not certified. It doesn't say if they are vegan. It is made, the product itself is made in the USA. It comes in 3 shades. I've brought the original shade, which is called Glazed. And then they more recently came out with 2 new shades with how popular this was. So that is the rundown of this one. It feels very luxurious. Feels expensive. It is expensive, so it's not like it's expensive and feels cheap like some products can be. It does actually feel luxurious. Now on to Designer Brands Liquid Gold Jelly Highlighter. This one is relatively new, which is why I decided to get the Farsali one, because I saw this come out. I was like, hang on a minute, let me check how these compare. Okay, so this is it here. It comes in it's plastic. It has a gold lid. I like that it didn't have it wasn't in plain black packaging or silver, like it suits the product. It looks like it's fancier than normal drugstore products. This one actually has a seal on it. And you open this one up. This one here looks more liquidy compared to the Farsali one. I don't want to tilt it too much because it will pour out everywhere. It's still sort of shakes a little bit, but it's not to the extent. It looks more like it's a cream that's been put into a jar. I'm just going to put the stopper back on it so if I get it everywhere. So this one here is 15 mils or 0.5 fluid ounces, exactly the same as the Farsali one, so exactly the same amount in here. The size difference, I guess this one here is taller than this one. This one here is more flat. This one here costs $15.99. Bargain. I brought it in store in a chemist where they are stocked. But if you buy it online, the shipping cost is only $7. So you'd be paying just over $20 for it, pretty much. They are certified by the Choose Cruelty Free people. They are an Australian certification cruelty free thing. So they are certified cruelty free and vegan. So this one here is vegan. Farsali is not, doesn't say it's vegan. This one here is made in Taiwan. And there's only the one shade in this one. Australis also has one that says to be a jelly highlighter, but theirs is a pink toned one, so I didn't really want to get that one. I prefer the gold, which is why I got the Designer Brands one. Their website says it is a unique jelly formula highlight, goes on like a gel and dries down to a powdered finish. Intensely glowy formula gives skin a lit from within radiance, infused with vitamin E to help soothe skin for use on face and body. I'd be more likely to use this one on my body than the more expensive one. It says also jiggle and glow with the fun wobbly texture of this golden and dewy highlighter. It seems more like a liquidy one to me, but anyway. Not quite liquid, not quite cream. Doesn't settle into pores or accentuate texture, hopefully. Super fine highlighting pigments give a golden iridescent look that is buildable to a supernova glow. How to use, they list 4 ways. They say tap highlight along the high points of the face. For an all-over glow, mix a small amount into your foundation. It can be applied to the body and décolletage for a golden glow. Tip, apply a small amount on the inner corner of the eyes to open and brighten the eye areas. So, right, we're going to get straight into it. I am going to use Farsali on this side of my face, and I'm going to use Designer Brands on this side of my face. So we are going to, first of all, I do not have any powder on my face. We have got cream on first. Then I'm going to set my foundation, and then I'm going to apply, see how it applies over the top. Because I've seen people applying it over the top of their foundation, and it works fine. So just want to test that out. So we're going to be using brushes, fingers, and sponges today. First up, we're going to take the Designer Brands Liquid Gold Jelly Highlight. Actually, first of all, we're going to swatch them on our hands to see how they compare. Swatch them on my arm, I should say, on my arm. So I'm going to swatch them here on my arm. So I'm going to take the Designer Brands one first. Ooh. Okay, so when you put your finger into it, it picks up quite a bit. It doesn't really feel like much of anything. So I'm going to put that patch of that there. Just blend that in. It goes on like it seems like it goes on quite smooth. I can see what they mean by a gel-like consistency as I'm applying it. That's what it feels like. It feels like a gel. That there is the Jelly Beam. No! That's a lie. That there is the Designer Brands one on my arm. So that does feel like a gel. It did go on very smoothly. It feels quite nice. Now I'm going to take Farsali. Farsali, the fancy Farsali. Here we are again. It moves around quite a lot in the... This one really is like jelly. It's so funny. So when you dip into this one, it doesn't pick up as much on your finger. You can see it like, it's like a sponge. It sponges back in. I'm going to wipe off some excess there. Then we're going to apply that beneath it to see if there's much difference in how they look. They both apply very smoothly and gel-like. And they look, are my eyes deceiving me, or are they identical in appearance? Oh my god, they're freaking identical! So that is Designer Brands up the top and Farsali beneath it. Farsali looks like it may have a little bit more pink just in the light there as it's catching. I will insert a boomerang of it with flash so you can see, and in natural light so you can see as well. Do I use my finger or my sponge? I might use my finger for my cheeks, and then for up here I will use the sponge and we can see how it works. And then Cupid's bow and chin I will use the brush. So we're going to go Designer Brands first. So I'm going to tap in very lightly, only pick up a little bit of product and pop it on the high point. Okay, I'm going to have to wipe off the excess because that looks like it's going to be too much. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Can you see it on the camera? Let me just see here. Oh, that's nice. As you pat it out, it becomes a bit more of a subtle glow. Very nice, very nice. Then we're going to take a sponge. I've got a clean sponge here. Nothing on it. And I'm going to take a little bit off the lid. Woo! Okay, just a tiny little bit. I'm going to pop that just up here and see if it takes away any of the shine, because sometimes that happens. I'll zoom you in when I'm done so we can see. That blended out quite nicely. No complaints there. Then I'm going to take a brush, just an eyeshadow brush. I think that's probably going to work the best. I'm going to tap into that lightly. So you see here, it's just a little bit on there. I'm going to have it on this side of my chin, where, get that everywhere, and this side of my cupid's bow. A little bit on the schnoz. Yeah, we're doing everything on this side, so it may look a little funny. Apply the best with your finger. Then you're going to apply it, like spread it out a lot easier. Alright, so we've got that on this side of the face. I think it looks quite nice and natural. Let's see if we can build. So I'm going to add some more. Oh no! Shit. I just flipped the little lid. And now it's everywhere. It's alright. Yeah, I'm just going to pop some more on the cheeks, see if we can build up the shine. And a little bit more up here. It did build up a little bit. I wouldn't say like it excessively made a big difference when I added 2 layers there. Looks alright. Now we're going to go over to our fancy Farsali side. So what do we use first? Fingers. So I'm going to take my finger. I'm just going to use what's in the lid because there's heaps in the lid. I'm going to dot in and blend that out. Oh my, aren't you just so pretty? So fancy! Yep, that blended out nicely with your finger. Let me take a clean sponge now, a new one. I'm going to pick up a little bit and go above the eyebrow. Oh god, I've picked up too much. I really think it's way better with your finger. This is like sticking in a patch where the sponge. This is where I place it with the sponge, and now it's leaving a big chunk of it. Right, I didn't think that worked very well with the sponges then. And now we're going to take a clean brush and we're going to apply that to. Oh my god, the brush barely picks it up. Okay. I'll apply that to this side of the face. I am just gonna go out on a limb here and say that they both apply it way better with your finger. Yeah, I feel like with your finger you can have more control over the blending. Okay, so that's how we're looking so far. Oh, building. Let's see if we can build this one up. So I take a little bit more. And let's see if this makes a big difference. Ooh, it looks like it does when you first apply it on. Okay, because it goes down to a powder, you have to work quick. That did seem like it built it up to be a lot brighter after I had put a second layer on compared to this one. This one here I feel like doesn't dry as quick as this one. This one here dries way quicker. Okay, so this is the fancy Farsali side. So you can see it's very bright. It does feel like it has dried down nicely. Oh, even on my hand they both feel like they've dried down nicely. You can sort of see there where it sort of grabbed. That again, I'm pretty sure it's because it dries really, really quick. This side actually does, the Farsali side I feel like does look more glowy on the center of my face. Now we'll go to the designer brand side. So big difference in shine. It doesn't look as glowy on this side, but I do feel like it gave me more time to work with it. It dried down slower. I'm just gonna set my face and then we can try it out on top of the eyeshadow, on top of the lips, and on top of set foundation. So now we're going to try it over the top of the powder to see. Now I will say though, I didn't mention this before, for the Farsali one I can actually see sitting on top of the skin. The DB one I feel like blends better into my skin. Now we're going to apply it again. I'll try the sponge again. Don't know if this is a good move. Okay, so we're going to DB one first. Instant regret. Okay, back to finger. I do not like it with the sponge. Check in the mirror. I feel like it's leaving it more bunchy as opposed to smooth. So that is the DB side. Right. Again, I feel like it gives a nice level of glow. I actually feel like it built it up better on the nose this time in the bridge section. But I do feel like it's breaking up the foundation underneath because I put it on top of the powder. Never a good move, but we had to test it to see because I've seen people do it with the Farsali one and I wanted to make sure. So I wouldn't recommend putting the DB one over the top of a powder. So now we're going to try the Farsali side again. I will again attempt it with the sponge. Oh my god, no. Oh, look at it. It looks like train tracks. Oh, shit a brick. I ruined it. I'm not going to panic. Oh. Okay, rubbing my finger over it. Did fix that. Okay. I wonder if rubbing over my finger fixes this. Oh no, don't do that with the designer brand side. Okay, that didn't turn out too bad. That didn't, I don't feel like that side broke apart my foundation underneath. Alright, I'll put a little bit more on the snoz. Oh, okay. I hate to say it because I'm cheap, but the Farsali one is giving me way better glow. Just saying. Now we're going to pop some over our eyes. So I'm going to take my brush again that I used previously and I'm going to dip into DB. It does feel like it's a little bit hard to pick up on a brush. Okay, and then we're going to tap that into the center of the eye. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm going to tap that out with my finger just to... Oh, that looks nice. Oh, that worked well. Oh, glowy goddess right here. So now we're going to pop some on the lip. Let's see if that works. So it reckons. Well, that was for the Farsali one, it said that, but we're going to try it with the DB one anyway. So I'm just going to do it on my bottom lip. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. Now we're going to try Farsali on the eyes. So I'm going to take my brush and we're going to pick up a little bit of the Farsali. Woo! Done it again. And now we're going to try it on the lips. Oh, okay. You can very clearly see here that the Farsali one is way brighter than the DB one. Turned it down. Okay. A bit better. I need to put some more lippy on though. Let's zoom in and we'll have a look-see at the skin. Okay, so designer brands. It has very clearly, again, I'm not sure if you can see on camera, I hope you can, but you can see that it has broken up the foundation, especially in this area here. It's not so bad here, it's mostly here. I agree that it didn't emphasize my pores, which is nice. It looks very nice on the eyes. Oof. I'm a huge fan of it on my eyes. I managed to get a bit more glow from it on the nose and stuff. It's still not as glowy as this side, but a bit more. Now we move to Farsali, fancy Farsali, and it is glowing way more. I feel expensive. I feel fancy. You can see that it is a lot smoother on the cheek. Where I felt like it was bunching before I set, that's gone and it's left this nice glow there. It is way brighter on this side of my nose, way brighter on this side of my lip. The eyes, I still maintain that the DB side looks better, but it could be my eyes. So after the Farsali one sets, it seems to set more like a powder than what the DB one sets as. So where it stuffed up earlier, I was able to run my finger over it and fix the problem on it. I'm going to wear this all day, not touch it up. I will check back in tonight and we'll see how both of them have worn. It is now, holy shit, it's 1 o'clock. I'll check back in once the kids are in bed, so probably 9. What time does The Bachelor finish? I feel like it finishes at 9, so I'll probably check in back with you after The Bachelor because I can't miss that shit show. So I'll see you guys then and we'll see how they have worn and I'll give you my final verdict. So hello, I am back and looking like an oil slick. So we might just dab off the oil to start with. Okay, so I'm back like I promised after The Bachelor. My poor love Vanessa Sunshine. I love Vanessa Sunshine. Got booted. I'm devastated. Anyway, so we're just going to dab off this oil so we can see what we got left of this highlight. Whew, that's a bit better. Still a bit shiny. So, if we remember correctly, this side we have got the Farsali. This side we have got the DB Cosmetics highlights. I'm going to zoom you in a little bit so we can have a closer look at the skin. Okay, so the Farsali side. I feel like this one wore probably the best. There's no patchiness around it. It's still glowing. Still got it. Still nice on the eye. It's mostly come off on my chin and here. But yeah, it stayed looking nice. Then we'll go to the DB Cosmetics side. So now this side, you can still see where I stuffed up by putting it over the top of powder. This one doesn't go over the top of powder. Do not do it. It will ruin your makeup, as we've discovered today. And there's no fixing it once it's on, whereas this one you can rub your finger over it and sort of smooth it out, which you saw when I first applied that over the powder and it was sort of really odd. This one, there is no going back. If you try and fix it, you're just going to rub off your makeup. You see there, it's not changing it at all. It's definitely gone here. There's nothing left on either side of here. I don't feel that the DB Cosmetics one is as bright as the Farsali one. But overall they're both quite nice. You can see here, that was the DB one up the top. That was the Farsali one down the bottom. The Farsali one has actually stayed on more so than the DB one. Who is the winner, I hear you ask? Shockingly, I think I'm going to say, and I didn't expect this to be what I was going to be saying. I thought it'd be the other way around, but I'm going to give the win to Farsali. Just because, yes, it's very expensive, but it wore a lot better. It has more uses considering you can use it over the top of powder. It has a brighter shine. It was a lot brighter, even though they are like pretty much the same color. It actually shows up a lot brighter on the skin. It goes on beautifully. It wore beautifully. It didn't cause my makeup underneath it to bunch up or anything like that. If there was a mistake, I could easily fix it once it had dried by rubbing over the top of it. I think it's well worth the money, even though it is very expensive. To me, this one is highly worth it. This one as well, though, it is, even though it didn't win out of the two of them, it is actually really nice. I want to spend the full amount on the Farsali. I would definitely say give this one a go. It actually, just don't do it over powder. Don't do that. It does look nice. It is the same, exactly the same color. It's just a little bit of a different formula. Both of them, I would say, apply with your fingers. I hope you've liked my video. So I'll see you in my next one. Bye!